YouTube. We're back for more of our Origins Bonanza blowout coverage. We are live at the Queen Game booth. We're about to learn about Glux, Light Your Way. And we're going to be talking with Nikki about that. So what is Glux?
Glux is one of our abstracts, but it's really great, and the board ends up looking pretty interesting by the end of the game. This is the 3 or 4 player side of the board, and the game scales really nicely to 2 player because we've got a 2 player side of the board, so the grid gets smaller. And then this is the score track. Put it back to 4 player. The whole point of the game is to get your tokens into these light blue room areas on the board. If you are the majority in pips on your tokens in a room, you are going to gain 4 points for being the majority in the room. Second place will get 2 points, 3 and 4 will get 0 points. Ties are friendly, so if you're 2 people in first place, you're both going to get 4. 2 people in second place, you'll both get 2. All scoring happens at the end of the game. So the blue areas are just hallways for you to get into the rooms that you will eventually score. At the start of the game, everyone is going to place their starting tiles in each of the corners. In a 3-player game, we would have 2 corners and 1 guy in the middle, so it all balances out pretty well. So I'm just going to show you like we're doing 4 players. The purple player, everyone is grabbing randomly in their bag and pulling out a chip. If I didn't say this already, they are double-sided. They are just like die. So the 6 is going to have a 1 on the back side, a 5 will have 2, and so on. You get to choose which side of the chip you want to place in your starting tile, and I'm actually going to choose the 1. I set it here on my starting tile. The next player will take their turn, and you would be the green guy. I don't... That's red, green, and yellow. Next players would take their turns and choose what side they want to place. This guy's going to go for a 5. Then it's my turn again. I draw another tile. Again, choose which side I want to play. I can only move, because of this first chip, 1 square. Either horizontal or vertical or horizontally. There's no diagonal. It has to go in a straight line. You have to take the full number of pips on the tile. You can't just lay out a 4 and only decide to move 3. So purple is going to choose the 4, and I'm gonna go this way, and green looks like he has chosen the 1 side, and yellow take their turn. You're allowed to pull your chip out before your turn to analyze kind of where you want to go. It's just to keep the game moving. So I got 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take the 3. And then we come back to me. Now I've got 2 chips on the board. You are allowed to move off of any chip that you have on the board. So right now I have 2 choices. I can do 1 this way. I could, if I wanted to, do 1 this way and cover up my other tile for whatever reason. That's not really a good move. If you do decide to cover up a tile, you choose again. You can only cover once, or to two chips. This is, if I chose this is now locked. I can't do anything. I can move off of it, but I can't place another chip on top of it. So you can't go 3 high on a chip. I could if I wanted to later in the game if somehow we have worked it. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this was all legal, I could cover up your 1 if I wanted to. Now your 1 is gone to you and it's locked. You can't do anything in that particular situation to get back at me. So I'm gonna put it back the way I had it. I'm gonna go with my 6 here. Green would take their turn, and we keep moving around the board. The rules of placement are: you cannot hop over yourself, you cannot hop over another player. What this means is if you went, let's see, how can I work this? If you had placed, you could go 3 backwards. 1, 2, 3. That's all legal and happy. But now you cannot come back up this way with your 5 because your 1 is in the way of your 5. It's blocking your path. Same goes for if for whatever reason yellow managed to get over here. You cannot hop over the yellow either. So as the game goes on, the board gets more and more crowded, and that rule starts to really make a big difference in the game.
And you play until you run out of pips?
You play until you run out of chips. It is possible for one person to have no more legal placements. He has to sit out whatever's left of the game. That doesn't happen very often, but it does happen, so we had to put in a rule about that. And so it's out of chips or no more legal placements.
All right, and this is out now?
And this is out now.
All right, so that is Glux from Queen Games. If you're looking for an abstract strategy, this one might be the one that might be for you. If you're enjoying this Origins coverage, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And as always, thanks for your time, you two. That's really clever.